So last night was low-key magical because I was reading from the book The Success Principles. One of my roommates had gotten a 50-piece Wendy's chicken nuggets, was like, hey, you want to have some? And I was like, sure. I had a couple and he's like, you want more? And I was like, sure. He's like, just take the rest. So I had the thought, like, my roommates are not going to let me starve, which is it's a beautiful thought. And you think of like the spiritual applications to this, like if I simply put myself out there, I try, I grow, then there will be a lot of growth in this season, and that's joyful. And I got to read from the Success Principles, and one of the big things that stood out to me from what I read. What's up, Arrow? What's up? What's up? What's up? I hope you're good. One of the things that stood out to me was about meditation, making space for silence, and then just trusting your instincts. Super, super important. There might be times when you'll have an idea and you're like, I should reach out to that person. And you don't know what's going to happen, but you know enough that if you do that, something good will happen. It's like you've been preparing for a long time and your soul knows it. And so you just trust it and you move. And you don't have the ability, a lot of times in that moment, to secure that. It has to like kind of be built up over time, right? You have to build that trust of yourself. But I was like, okay, I'm going to take a hot shower and then I'm going to go to bed and it's going to be so firing and read some scriptures. And that was like what my instincts, that was what kind of what I needed to do, right? So I was planning to go to the gym this morning with my roommate. It's morning, it's like a little after 8. We're doing this just now, just to kind of get this done, just so we can move on to the rest of the day, because I kind of messed up a little bit in that we had our roommate prayer, which was good. What happened after that was went downstairs, was going to go take my shower as I was planning on. And my roommate decided to take a shower, and he wasn't in there for very long at all, or he was just going to the bathroom. He wasn't in there for long at all. And I could have gone and taken a shower after that and just moved forward with the plan. But instead, I turned my computer back on and I was like, I'll just play a quick little video game while he's there. And then all of a sudden, he's out. I'm still on my video game. And I had the very clear thought, like, this is not a good idea. And it was so interesting because everything was set up. Like I had my microphone plugged in. I had my mouse plugged in. It's like, dude, I don't need to hook up my game controller again. Like I already played a lot of video games. I did like a 2-hour live stream, right? Like I don't need to play any more video games. And what did I do? I unplugged it and started playing some video games, it wasn't bad. But I'm just like, I want to remind future Dallin, it's like with the ADHD, your brain is different, bro. With the ADHD brain, it's tough. It's tough to get started. It's easy. It's so nice when you have like a solid track of what you're going to do. You don't have to think about it. But once you're in that mode, once you're in flow, once you're in game mode or whatever, it can be quite tough to shake yourself out of it. Perhaps from seeking different dopamine releases that will come from weapon upgrades, beating levels. Nostalgia is a big one, actually. I'd be kind of careful with nostalgia because nostalgia is like you get to relive some aspect of the memory, but you obviously aren't getting the time back. You're just going back in time. You're just playing the game. And there's a sense of safety with it, but it isn't as safe as trusting your instincts. It's not as safe as just moving forward with God and believing what he's told you to do. So, didn't really follow the instincts, but that's okay. But yeah, I ended up staying up way too late, playing more video games. And at one point I was like, you know what? It's okay I'm staying up late because I took this hecka long nap this morning. And it's like, that's true. That's true. And so all of a sudden you're like, you're talking yourself into this. Like, you can talk yourself into anything, you can talk yourself out of anything. It's like I was like, oh no, because I have this job interview at 11 or 10:50, and then I also have this job career thing, and yeah, I could have just gone to bed like super well, but instead I made it like more difficult for myself. So it's like, the beautiful thing is that I'm doing this right now, and I'm like speaking in the moment instead of like diving deeper into this uncomfortable feeling by, you know, stressing about it or whatever. We're just facing it head on. It's like, Dallin, your brain cannot handle like giving yourself all these different things and exposing yourself to like certain stimuli. That is great in certain circumstances, but it's good in smaller doses. Arrow said I start school tomorrow. Nice. Well, I hope school goes great, dude. I really do. We're on day 45 of daily YouTube live streams, which is dope. Like, today, we're just kind of scaling it back. We're getting the bare minimum out of the way. My roommate offered to take me to watch a movie today, so that's cool. We're just chilling in the blessings. We're really like scaling back and being like, all right, let's just take care of the instincts, because the instincts are going to help you out, dude. I remember I had this job interview, and I basically was a internship, and I basically had gotten it, and they're like, yeah, you'd be basically cold calling all day. We'll pay $7.25 an hour. And I was like, you know what? I think I want to do. I don't think I want to do this. And then what happens? What happens is, just 3 weeks later, I was walking around campus, and this dude's like, hey, I'm going to work at this potato farm, and I need somebody to work with me. And so I ended up getting paid double what I would have made at the internship. And I ended up getting set up with a much better internship down the road. So my thought process right now, it's like, it's just trust the instincts, man. It's like, I know that I can keep the 10,000 steps game going for a long time if I get a morning walk. Hence, we're getting a morning walk. And my roommate was planning to go lift, but there's also this mastermind group I was going to go to. So there's that. That was something else that was talked about in the success principles. It's like, it's so beautiful when you can turn these things into lessons so quickly, but I want to like really glean from the experiences. But no, I really felt, it's like, nah, dude, you already played enough video games. And it was all like set up, but then I chose to like take it a different direction. Be like, no, just play another quick video game. And it wasn't like super bad. I still went to sleep. When I went to sleep, I was like super tired. But it was just like, yeah, no, it's like, it's just trust the instincts. I just watched this video about this poor fellow who lost his entire NES collection. He was 3 games away from a complete collection. Like, that's worth like over $100,000 in today's market. And he's just talking how downtrodden he was, how distraught he was, how he was never going to collect another game again. He just was so beside himself, and it really, really hit. And it made me think, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure at some point somebody told him, hey, you need to get a live camera to take care of your games. It's very similar to taking care of a child or taking care of something you see is very valuable. It's like, you need to have some kind of like security camera or whatever. And he might have been like, oh, nobody's gonna steal it, or blah, blah. And I'm not putting words in, I'm saying this is hypothetical. I'm not putting words in his mouth. That is what happened, but it could have happened. So I'm just telling you, every day you're probably having some thought that could take you really far if you're willing to go with it. If you're willing to be like, oh yeah, I could totally, I don't know. I could send this book idea to Netflix, or I could reach out to this person I haven't talked to in a while, or I could bring up my business idea to one of my old business professors, or I could do this thing. And it's something that I also read from the book, I'm pretty sure. It's like, ask for more things. Because the worst thing that can happen is that they say no, and you're no worse off. And I think this is very much a thing I need to internalize more. It's like, yeah, it's like you're no worse off than if you don't get the thing. And you just don't get it. But if you don't ask at all, you're in the room with the other person, you don't ask, it's like, yeah, you're obviously worse off. You're out, like, it's obviously missed out without even knowing what could have happened. So there's your little thought. I'm glad like this didn't like go worse than it could have gone, but I was pretty tired and I found myself at like 3 a.m. Yeah, I think it was like 3 a.m. last night, and I was like, I really need to go to bed. And I just felt really tired, and thank goodness I actually fell asleep. But my instincts were like, it was like before midnight. I could have gone to bed before midnight, could have woken up real early, could have gotten a lot of good things done, and who knows. So it's like, for right now, I'm like saying like, well, shoot, sorry instincts, I totally dropped the ball on you. And I know that the best way I can grow is to actually live in line with your direction. But yeah, just played some video games way too late last night. After playing video games a bit on the live stream. So anyway, I think, just really locking these things in, being more intentional, knowing what you're going to do on certain days helps with not letting a hobby take over your time, your attention, your energy, your sleep, all those things. So it's a good lesson. It's a good lesson. But it's tough too. I mean, obviously it's uncomfortable. I think about yesterday, like I did feel that I needed to go to this place at the job fair thing. I was gonna go to that. Then I didn't. I was like, oh, it's kind of a far drive. I'd only be there for 20 minutes. Like, they'd probably be upset that I got there for only 20 minutes. Like, all these different things. Like, actually, you don't know any of that. I could have ran to a friend from college or something like that could have happened. It's like, you have no idea what's possible once you put yourself out there, once you're trusting the instincts. James is on a walk too. Fire. Yeah, it's good. We just trust the instincts. We're just jamming with the sweatpants, just walking around, chilling. Speaking this all out there. Trusting the instincts. So bouncing back. So it's like this is more in line with like what I'm used to. Sadly enough, it's like I get the instinct, get the idea, and then I like fall to some peer pressure or whatever, or just stay up later than I need to. And it's not like bad, but it prevents me from what could have happened had I just gone to bed at midnight, woken up at like 7 today, and had the day more planned out. Probably could have gone lifting or something. Instead, we're getting this humbling thing where it wasn't like super bad or anything. Nothing really bad happened. It was actually fun for the most part, but it's definitely a bit too much. It's kind of like not the same, but it is kind of like if you had a bunch of food out and you'd already eaten a bunch of food out and you just find yourself eating a bunch of food instead of going to bed. It's like, no, it's like the thing that I needed was to go to bed. Taking a nice hot shower was the plan. Could have done that, but instead I just sort of went against the instinct, which is never a good idea. It's never a good idea when you go against the instinct and you're like, oh yeah, I should do this, or I should call this person, or I should try that. Even if it doesn't make sense, even if it's like gonna be like, if there's, you can look at it and you're like, I can't see this being a bad thing. It's like, yeah. Well, because like I've been turning off my phone at 10 p.m. I did that for a whole week. Then I didn't a couple days just because for doing the YouTube gaming live streams. But it's like yesterday I did it again. I'm like, okay, I need to get that going, get this moving. Cause like for me with the ADHD, dude, it's momentum. That's it. That's all it is. You need momentum. Get things going. There's the biggest L you can take, really. Especially when you're in a climbing process. We don't even have a job, right? We're just climbing. It's like the worst thing you can do is to have the keys given to you. That's basically what the instinct said. That's what it gave me. It's like, here's your key. They're like, and I read it in the book, and then it happened. Like I read it in the book, and then I felt it, and then I just did not listen. So the question, I mean, there's a lot of other ways you can go with this. On the bright side, it's like at least I heard the voice, right? At least I could feel it, right? That's huge. That's a W. But obviously you need to act in line with it, and then you can hear it more, you can trust it more, right? I could have woken up with this crazy energy and been like, yo, and like woken up early and, you know, all these things, and that would have just carried me like crazy through the interview and through everything else. And I could have done that. I decided not to. So yeah, no, this is like really locking this in. It's like, no, dude, just give yourself that grace. When you've put in the work and you have access to these higher levels of consciousness and understanding of yourself, the worst thing you can do is to take that step back. You know, I mean, there's so many analogies you could put with this and stuff like that. And I look at like some of the biggest L's in my life thus far. A lot of it came down to like maybe not getting enough sleep, not planning ahead, and not communicating enough. All those kind of things. This is a small example, but I remember back in the day, my cousins were going to play this game called Dungeon Siege, and I was going to play, we were going to start these new characters, and I was going to get up, go to their house, and it was just going to be good. Like I had it locked in. This before I knew it, the ADHD. I believe that ADHD has been in effect for probably a long time, maybe since I was 9 or 10 or earlier. But yeah, I remember having the plan, and then something happened. I don't know what it was. It could have been watching a TV show. I didn't have a phone back then, so it wasn't a phone. Could have been playing a video game. Could have been reading a book, which would have been a fine thing. But the priority was to get there for Dungeon Siege with the boys. And I ended up waking up late, and I did get to Dungeon Siege, but I got there late. So I was like hecka behind. And it's like interesting because like the instincts yesterday, I was listening to the Castle. I was listening to a book. I was playing Castle Crashers. I was vibing, and the instinct said, "Let's just make this a live stream." And all of a sudden, we were live streaming. It was fun, and then, you know, did some other stuff, got some things done, and then I read from that book, and the instinct's like, "You just got to go to bed." And I decided to play more video games. So it wasn't streaming or anything. It was just for me. And yeah, so it's like, no, this is it's a weapon. It's an option, right? But when you need to sleep, the only thing you really need to do is sleep. When I woke up today, I was like, oh, I don't really want to get up. And it's like I had the runway, perfect takeoff for sleep, for having this amazing, perfect dream that I could have had, but no. So it's like, no, it's just lock this in. Let's be patient. Let's learn. Let's build from this. Bright side, we're getting some steps in. Probably be around 2,000 steps right now, and that's good. That's good. So anyway, some thoughts, and then the rest of the day we're just really lock in, get some stuff done, consider what I want to get done. Right, there's a lot of things I've been thinking about writing that I haven't. It's like, what are we doing? There's certainly the time. Could have worked on those a little bit yesterday before going to bed instead of playing a video game. That would obviously been a way better use of the time. So, yeah. Humbling, just quick, me talking to the camera. But I think this is really more for future Dallin than anything. It's just like, just trust the instincts, move forward. Like, you put yourself out there, you tried, you can leave it be, or you have the idea. It helps to over prepare. So if you have like vacation coming up, well, you could pack up a little bit each day. That would make it a lot easier on yourself. Or if you know you're going to be tempted by something, and yeah, just like make sure you plan that ahead before you press play, more or less. Because what can happen is if we're not listening to our instincts, we can lean on our own understanding. And it talks about in Jacob 4:14 in the book of Mormon about looking beyond the mark. And it's like you're leaning on your own understanding. You're looking beyond Christ. You're trying to, like, I don't know, save the world or whatever. It's like, no, you're not here to do that. So it's just humbling. Super humbling. So yeah, you're just kind of leaning on own understanding, and that's unlikely to go well. It's just how it goes. And you're also like left in the dark a little bit. It's just like, you know, when you're leaning on your own thinking, when you're just kind of doing your own thing. And it doesn't even have to be like a bad thing. It's just you're settling for less than what you could experience. So anyway, it's really good we're getting a morning walk in. This will be day 3 of 10,000 steps every day, so that's solid. And yeah, like, you make these commitments to yourself and you hear yourself talking. And yesterday I was really like, okay, I need to do more running and use my Down as Elite Runner playlist. And I had a lot of indications, like, dude, you just gotta lock in, get this going. It's like, it's not a big deal, right? Just keep it going. So looking forward, it's like, there's obviously things that I enjoy doing. It's great I found those things. It's great I have those outlets. But it's like knowing what to do, which ones to plug into. Because I could have worked on a newsletter before going to bed. Could have gotten that done. These all have different energy feels. And end of the day, staying up an extra 3 hours, literally, to play video games after I need to go to bed. Like, if I'd planned it out, that's one thing. But considering I didn't plan it out, considering I have a job interview today, considering I have a career fair to go to today, it's like, that can only take away from me. So, sobering. But again, grateful that we're just diving back in and talking this out. But yeah. Planning to do another video game stream tomorrow. So that'll be fun. Probably with Alex. That'll be good. But for now, we're really going to try to fill my own cup so I can be filled to overflowing and really be there more for people, for myself. Because that's like a priceless thing, to give yourself that gift. And I'm guaranteeing it right now. There will be times where this could happen. The same thing could happen in the next couple days, where it's like late, about to go to bed, tired, feeling pretty satisfied with the day. And you could go back on and play some video games, and I'll be like, and you get some sleep later. Now, if I'd gone to sleep and I woken up early, yeah, I could play a couple video games. But, yeah. Anyway, gotta lean more into creation, especially since I need to get more YouTube shorts up. All that stuff. Getting the habits locked in more. I mean, what I could even do is just, after I do the live stream, just right after that, upload some shorts or something. Because again, you never know what's going to resonate with people. You just never know. Whew. So overall, things are pretty good, but I want to take this lesson in stride, learn from it, apply it across the board so I can reap the benefits. Because I have been tracking, like, reading a book before going to bed, and that didn't happen. I didn't really have the energy. I was, played a bunch of video games. It was, like, fun, but again, it was just, like, wasn't really very satisfying for what needed to be done. It's easy for things to become an escape, and it's not worth, having something else besides God be your escape, because God will actually help you elevate. You think of Peter escaping his prison. Not only did he escape, he got that beautiful perspective of the angel freeing him, and he just had, I can only imagine he had that on fire energy after that. So just comes down to living in line with what you feel like you need to do in this life, keeping your circle small, your boundaries like clear, and something that's going to help you grow. So, and then take whatever W's you can get. Like, obviously this is a W. Obviously there's no reason to shame myself for this. This is asking a higher standard of myself. It's like, this is not bad behavior per se. Like, I did go to bed. I didn't stay up all night. But it's like learning to just surrender. Like, I'm just going to go to bed. I'm just going to get that going. So, in any case, good to get these thoughts out there. I need to get a lot done today. That will feel a lot better. Get some good momentum rolling. And at the end of the day, you're an instrument for God to use. So one of the best things you can do is let yourself sleep when you need to sleep, speak when you need to speak, letting yourself be refined, and just trusting Him. So, and I technically already play video games today, and I just, in general, I want to play a little bit from a video game each day besides Sunday, just to provide myself with that kind of thing. 'Cause I do enjoy it, right? It can help me calm down. I could be listening to a book while doing it, etc. But it's like, I think the thing today is just like, maybe play some video games before going to get to bed, like a little bit. But other than that, let's just really leave the video games, really try to leave them to the evening, if anything, as like a reward. That's when I feel the best in alignment with them. Like when it feels good, feels like it works, right? Because like you notice, like when you play a video game, you're sort of jumping in, you're trying to like not necessarily force yourself into it, but you're just playing it, and you're just sort of playing it, I don't know. For me, it's a very real thing. As opposed to like when I have a lot of things on my mind, I've gotten some good things done, and the video game is a way to relax and to chill. I mean, I played a lot on stream yesterday. I played Cuphead, I played all those bosses. I played an hour of Cuphead, I played like an hour of Pac-Man, I played an hour of Castle Crashers, which again wasn't bad. So this is definitely not me shaming myself. It's me asking a higher standard of myself as we look forward. It's like whatever ideas come to mind, higher instinct stuff, definitely pay attention to it. Like, I needed to shave, I shaved. I was like 4 or 5 days ago. Need to again, probably next week sometime. But anyway, and I got out of my stuff cleaned away, which is good. But yeah, no, I think it's just making sure you're good before you make time for these things that might be a lot more time than you think. So just kind of planning ahead and just, again, trusting your instincts and moving forward. So, but yeah, it's like, this is a very like low risk environment for this to happen. Like, I do have a job interview today, but I mean, it's 8:00. We just went on a nice 30-minute walk. So we're chilling. But yesterday was so beautiful because I was living more in alignment. One of my friends called, I went on a walk, and then they were telling me about this thing they were needing some clarity with, and I actually had a podcast episode about that, and it was the 7-year anniversary of my podcast. So I told them about it. They said they'd listen. I listened to it. I felt lifted from it, and it was like good. So it was like definitely in alignment in that moment. And it's just good, you know. Went for that long walk. It was solid. And then I read from that book. Fed by the chicken nuggets, which isn't the best dinner, but it was something. Made some sandwiches, and then, yeah, you just see how it lined up. You see how it added up to like as I talk about in my poem, Patience in These Pages. Patience in These Pages led to you building a tower within which you can take perpetual satisfaction shower. It was like, literally, I was gonna take a nice hot shower, but then I didn't. I missed the perpetual satisfaction shower. I had exercised patience throughout the day, but I had not done that last part, which is important. I just sort of, you know, played some video games, but it was not the peak way to spend that time. So looking ahead, obviously usually have clarity after things of this nature have occurred. So it comes down to let's for sure make sure I know more what I want to be doing with the evening, have things more planned out when I'm going to be doing live streams or even a gaming live stream. See, there's an opportunity cost. I believe that the joy from the video game live stream is certainly worth it to make the other memory, and it's fun. But it's like, you also need to understand, like, I'm also a writer, and that's much more important to me. Before I was doing the video game stuff, Relpson, Oliveira, hello, how are you? Things are good. Just walking around. But it's like before I was doing all the writing stuff, I was doing the video game stuff, and the writing is more important to me now. So I need to like show that. But the last couple days, I haven't done that. I haven't really done as much writing. I did a little bit of writing yesterday, but not very much. So whereas last week I had a couple days where I did 2 hours of work on my newsletter early in the day, and that was fire. It's like, no, this is what I need to do. It's not to do a 2-hour live stream before getting on with the day. It's to do I'm from North Carolina. It's to do a writing session. Get those things going. Trust those gifts, trust those instincts. That is the peak play in the morning. So could have ended this at the 30-minute mark, but we're kind of just in flow, and exactly what I said at the ADHD. It's much easier for me to like keep going when I'm already going than to start from scratch. So we're just gonna keep going for now till I get out all the things I guess I need to get out. I think that's basically it. It's just having a better plan in the future and really considering probably how I feel at certain times, like some kind of timeout. Try to do some kind of audit of some kind, and just be like, all right, this is how I'm feeling right now. Next option, next move is clearly, right, like going to bed or whatever. So, yeah. It's chill. Like I said, it wasn't bad to stay up playing video games. I certainly don't regret it. It's a good lesson. It's like which future do you want, right? It's like I personally want the future where I'm going on more adventures, impacting more lives, talking to more people, and most importantly, being used by God. Because I've had experiences where that has happened. I've also had experiences where I'm just kind of chilling, doing my own thing, which it's not bad. It's like, no, I want to be an instrument. I want to be used by Him. I want to be fully present with those people I'm talking to, right? So all that stuff. So yeah, we're getting one day closer to the 50 days. 50 days of the YouTube live streams. That's epic. But yeah, it's like, especially at this point in my life, it helps to have the option to go for a shorter live stream, which I did today. Quick, much quicker than yesterday, where I streamed for almost 3 hours, right? Playing video games. It's like we're giving ourselves this option. But it's like, yeah, in this moment, it's like the instinct's like, hey, let's just lock in. Let's just get some really good things done today. Probably not play any video games the rest of the day, and that's okay. Let's reward ourselves by reading a lot or something, right? And it's not a punishment. It's just, let's just like remember that I am the one in control here. Like, things can be designed so well to the point where you're not even like thinking. And that's wonderful if it's your own design and it's helping you get really closer to your goals and you're just so locked in, you're just ever present, right? But like when it's something that is making money off you, is not really helping you get closer to your goals, I just don't think that's very helpful. It happened multiple times last year where I was playing the game Pokemon Unite and I'd get sucked into playing Pokemon Unite. And there was one time where I was watching the NBA while playing Pokemon Unite, and they were like making all these like, oh, that was a fun night. It's like getting all these plays and stuff, and it was like in the NBA game, it was, you know, doing highlights and stuff. But it's like there's a lot of time I could have been working that I was instead spending with that. So we're kind of like repeating some of the not great things from the past in some way, shape, or form. It's not necessarily bad, it just prevents me from getting done what I wanted to get done. I mean, like at the end of the day, what's happening is I'm showing accountability by doing this, but I could have been having a much better outcome talking about something much different had I just trusted my instincts and went to sleep last night. So, end of the day, I know I'm not going to be living at this apartment for super long in the grand scheme of things. Like, you'll blink and it's over. So I'm really trying to like take in these moments, like, you know, roommates watching some show, I'm just chilling, drinking on some strawberry lemonade, we're vibing, you know, just these little moments, cherishing those little moments. But at the same time, you know, putting my phone away by 10 p.m. so I can get a good night's rest. And yeah, so that's that. I think that's basically it. Because like at the end of the day too, it's my future kids are gonna be like, they're gonna get my energy, they're gonna get my feel, like all that stuff. So they're gonna be able to sense that. So I want to get these things to a better place. So, you know, in a better place. The only way I'm going to get into that better place is from the continuous building, continuous listening to the Holy Ghost, to my instincts, to just these things to help me move along. Like I knew getting a dot card would be good because then I could just easily scan it and get people to my newsletter. And I got it, and I used it a bunch at the YSA conference a couple weeks ago, so that was great. Then there's a lot of other things, like where trusting my instincts I need to do more, like being on more podcasts and stuff like that. And it's like I'm letting these other things get in the way. I just can't do it. So I think a lot of it's stepping off the gas a little bit. Still planning to do a gaming live stream tomorrow, but we're gonna step off the gas at least today, at least video games wise, and just think about them. I don't know. I could just be thankful for them, you know? Being thankful for it without having to like spend time with it. Like, I don't need that to feel fulfilled. It's fun, but like I feel more fulfilled when I'm writing or whatever. So yeah, no, this is the interesting thing, because we could have ended this at 30 minutes, but then we missed out some of these gems here at the end. It's like, no, we need to get, a lot of times it's the first little bit you're getting through all the early stuff. But I'm proud. It's like, let's just get the 10,000 steps. Hey, let's get back up to my past streak. Let's get up there. Let's get a job. Get these instincts more locked in. Be more intentional. Be more focused. So we don't have a live stream in the future where I'm getting on with, you know, with noticeably less energy And it's like, oh yeah, I did that thing again. I stayed up way too late playing video games. It's like, no, it's like we don't have to do that. I am the one at the helm, as my uncle told me once. I'm at the helm and I always have been. It's like we can just lock in, move along. And the beautiful thing too, it's like it doesn't take more effort, really. It doesn't. It's just showing up, being in the right place at the right time, moving and grooving. Like I could have gone to that agency yesterday and it would have just been super chill, but I didn't. It's okay. And I would go today, but I don't think there's gonna be really time. But it's a lot of things. It's learning to say no better. It's just getting all these things super locked in, saying yes to yourself. But it's tough. It's tough to do that because it's so easy to give in a little bit. Like, oh, I could just play a quick little video game here. But it's like, no, when you make that commitment to yourself, it's like you really need to get locked in and just trust. So today can be a solid day, super solid day. Starting it out with 40-minute walk, which is honestly fire. This is great. Let's, fist bump the future Dallin. Let's get it going. Let's keep it going. Don't necessarily have to do a live stream in the morning, though I could. There's like barely nobody here. But like, yeah, let's just enjoy the time, make the days count, keep the streak alive, make the days count. And yeah, so that's that. And just continuously knowing exactly what you want in the moment, and in the long term too, so you can act in line with, well, actually where you need to go. So I think that's basically everything. Got to get a shower, actually take a shower, start moving with the day, do some writing, get things a little more planned out, put away some clothes, chill, pray, etc. So thanks for watching. God is good. Trust your instincts. Be patient. Move forward. Learn and grow. So definitely seen some decent growth in the last 45 or 46 days, however long. I think we're on one of those. Maybe it's 45. But it's like, let's keep this going, right? Let's learn from this. I have this record now. And it's just live in line with it and do better. So anyways, catch you later. See you tomorrow.